Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So we're back finally with another episode of the Umbrella Academy. Bit of a hiatus in the past week with E3 going on, but I'm finally back, ready to catch up. A lot of catching up to do. In our last episode, we had a bit of an information dump. We had a lot of information thrown at us. It answered a lot of the questions that we had about number five, where he's been, why he's back now, or how he was able to come back, as well as why Chacha and Hazel were basically hunting him down. And I mean, I theorized about it before, in that I felt as though he tried. My theory was that he teleported somewhere back in the past and was working for some people, and he gave them the ability to, the technology, or developed it, or helped to develop it, to try and still move through time. And he was finally able to get back here, and now they're hunting him down. So I was a bit off, but he's working for an agency called the Commission, and they made him an offer, to rescue him from the timeline that he was stuck in. A 5-year contract where he would, their motive is to eliminate people who make decisions that have impact throughout history. And as to, that might affect the timeline, but as to who gets to decide whether that's the right decision or not is still up for debate, because if I make this decision that has this outcome, who are you to decide that that's not how it should be? So we don't know who's at the top of that agency is yet. We've been introduced to the lady who made him the offer, but I don't know if she's the boss, really. I'm not sure they told us her name. But yeah, I mean, he told number one everything, and Luther basically said, "All right, look, let us help." They eventually managed to lure Chacha and Hazel, and asked them to come to contact their superior, which is the same lady that made the offer to number five, and she came and made them an even better offer. And yeah, she basically says that, and she said it initially when they met the first time, that the end of the world needs to happen, or it should happen. Right, so there's no subverting that. He made another deal, supposedly, to save his family, and work for them in a management position. Now, I'm thinking that that's not his plan, really, that his plan is to infiltrate and to find out who's at the top of this agency, and maybe eliminate them. So I think he's just going along with it for now. But for the time being, Chacha and Hazel are stuck there. They don't have the device anymore. Klaus took it and made a joyride into the past, and went to war for a year apparently, and fell in love, and now he's back. And as I said, my hope is that changed him somehow and makes him become a bit more sober and take things more seriously, now that he knows what love and loss is, because when we were introduced to him, he didn't care about anything. Of course, there's Vanya and Leonard. Dead body in the attic. I'm assuming that that's who the actual Leonard is, and this guy is just passing himself off as Leonard. As to why, I'm still not quite sure. I'm not sure if he's connected to the commission. His objective seems to be to help Vanya to realize her powers, which they revealed somewhat. We saw some ripples as she played. She was playing the violin. I'm not sure what her abilities are, though. So either he's on. I don't see why he would be on the team. There is a possibility that she is the one that causes the end of the world. After I watched the last episode, I realized that, okay, maybe Dr. Hargreeves has been suppressing her abilities, because she did say she's been taking the medication for anxiety since she was a kid, and Dr. Hargreeves gave them to her and kept telling her that she doesn't have any abilities. So my theory is that maybe he realized that she has abilities, but that it's so powerful that she could destroy the world, and so he put it in her head that she doesn't have any abilities, and he found some way to suppress them. and this guy is here opposite, maybe opposite the commission, and he's trying to make this happen. Or maybe he's with the commission, and since they said this needs to happen, maybe he's with the commission, and that's his duty to ensure that it does happen. But that is my theory, that Vanya is the one who causes the end of the world with her unknown abilities. I still hate Leonard. I still want Vanya to, be accepted, stop fighting with her siblings, and be a part of it. And at the end there, we got a bit where their mother was revived by Pogo, and Pogo has a lot of secrets, and I'm wondering, I'm starting to wonder whether the professor managed to find a way, that Dr. Hargreeves managed to find a way to transfer his subconscious to Pogo. And I said this before because there were never any flashbacks when there were kids that had Pogo in it, right? So he may have come around a bit later on, but I don't know, I'm suspecting more and more that he may now be Dr. Hargreeves. Right? He saw that he was about to die, so he found some way to transfer his subconscious to Pogo's body. So that's my theory. Right? So whatever it is, he told their mother that the kids can never know. That's what I think it is. But we'll see. All right. So number 6, episode 6. I'm eager to find out more. Let's check it out.
Just getting country?
Oh,
Is this?
yeah.
This is love. And?
Okay, so here's the plan. We go through Dad's research.
Oh,
and
wait a tick.
We died.
What was that?
I said we died.
What's his name? Tom Hopper? How are these people finding them every single time?
Well, it gets worse. It doesn't make any sense.
I suspect you like a challenge, Five. If it gets sabotaging the fuel tank, it would have been so much easier. Anywho, if you have any questions, I'll be...
Why am I doing this?
Because it's important. Butter to your jelly.
Something. It's
Leonard?
the only way I can see why he's helping her
Hey,
so
Leonard,
he
come
can
on.
get in.
To include me.
No,
I
it's
don't
not
think
like
that's
that. We
how
were...
she
Please
meant.
don't let me interrupt.
Vanya, wait. I'll fill you in later when we're alone.
Please, please don't bother. And I won't either.
Vanya,
And I used to think it was Dad's fault, but he's dead. So it turns out you're the assholes.
That's what he's
Right now?
after?
Hell yeah. 3 days and I'm losing life by the minute.
Wait, Diego. Look, I know you want to avenge your friend, but we got a big problem here.
friend, Luther.
You know, you don't have to do this alone. I know how important this is to you.
I'm making it about you.
Klaus? You're cool with us all dying in 3 days. I can't believe it.
Accomplish.
to even stand a chance.
Isn't it a better idea to try to prevent your daughter from dying?
Holier than thou, queen of the world, bullshit.
Vanya!
What?
It's her emotions.
Come on. That's crazy. I mean, it was like this before. It's
Sad and
impossible.
angry. Rain.
The place is close.
Huh. What is the end?
Hey, you mind?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll tie that up if you tie me up after. You're the one who's always like, Klaus, you need to get sober.
Probably have someone monitoring him.
single most vital cog in our machine. Gloria, this is
Gloria
number 5.
delivers the messages.
You deadly little thing.
I'm afraid your
Thank
reputation
you,
precedes you.
crazy lady.
And it looks like you're building on it here. Oh, Carl Weber.
The butcher at the shop where Captain Ernst A. Lehman acquires his weekly roast. So, if Carl dies, his butcher shop is passed on to his son Otto, who never washes his hands, which is this guy.
Glad to hear it.
Really? Wow. They're monitoring him hard. Talk about this
Not
outside
yet.
the bathroom.
Great. How would you like to lunch with me in my office? You can eat solid foods, and I can live vicariously.
Every reluctant. Why not?
Master Luther.
I don't know. He always seemed very forthright to me.
Shanghai me on the moon for 4 years.
So there was no.
Please, leave me alone. Now, please, get out!
Spent all that time up there for no days.
Do you understand me? Never. I hate this room.
Oh, it got me high enough.
Fine. If I see a boner, I'm out. End of the world, and you want to get sober all of a sudden.
Believe me, but there's something I need to do, and the whole pesky thing doesn't seem to work unless I'm sober.
Oh, it's a C date.
What about conjuring the one you love?
Sinners.
Thanks.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Where's lying dormant?
What, the ability to bend lampposts?
Your mood changed things. The rain stopped. I saw it.
That wasn't me. I'm so sorry to disappoint.
It's powerful.
Look, if this was even true, everything I know about myself would be different. Everything I've ever been told.
Do you think maybe your father knows?
I found Dad's research from my mission on the moon. Never actually cared what I was doing up there. 4 years of my life. A lie. But now I know it. I'm done.
Yep, that's
So,
what we say.
fired by now, aren't they? Yeah. How many years has it been?
I am so sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We're not kids anymore. Held up better than those sodas, huh?
You said you'd never take it off.
Yeah.
You know, part of me just wishes that I could tell everyone here to enjoy this while I still can.
No, it's just all the what ifs start to haunt you, you know? I wonder how different
Who
things
knows?
would have
Maybe
been
they
if I
have
had
more than
left.
3 days. If number 5 coming back.
I mean, we can't go back. And despite everything, I'm grateful for him. I mean, without him, we never would have met. I need to get to the airport and get him to Claire. At my plane.
Allison Hargreeves. Will you dance with me?
I know she has to go.
You're the sweetest, kindest man I've ever known.
I'm gonna throw this stuff in the dryer, okay?
Oh.
close on her.
Security breach in 2 rooms.
Klaus.
This M5, you both know that even you have a limit. I saved you from a
Okay,
lifetime of
but
being alone.
can he make the
You
time
owe
jump?
me.
Oh no. Let's go back to the meetup, the first meetup. Wow.
Thing the first time around. Remember? Klaus shockingly has a point. What gives us a win this time?
Jesus!
Number 5.
Where have you been?
Are you all right?
Who did this?
Irrelevant. The only chance we have to save our world is, well, us.
The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, but with me, obviously. So if y'all don't get your sideshow acts together and get over your... This is who we have to stop.
Harold Jenkins?
Who the hell is Harold Jenkins?
Alright, so there we have it. Episode 6. Finally got number 7. Finally got to the point, and I'm guessing she's gonna be This is the point where she walks. With the end there. This is the point where she walks in with Leonard, right? Or is it after they left? I don't remember exactly, but I mean, Vanya finally realized her abilities, or Leonard believes she does. She's not completely convinced yet, but it's obvious at this point that is his agenda, for her to realize her abilities. But obviously there's still a wedge between her and her family. I was hoping, I mean, number 5 coming back at this point in time is a bit inconvenient, because he's a pragmatic man boy, you know, and he still doesn't see number 7 as being valuable, because he still thinks she's powerless, right? So she's just gonna end up running off with Leonard again. So hopefully it still follows the same chain of events, and she finds out that Leonard's been keeping a diary of her. It might actually change. I think it's gonna change the events, and she's gonna find out much later. But I was finally hoping that we caught Leonard, you know. But we will eventually, I imagine. I guess number 5's plan. He got a name, Harold, and we don't know who Harold is. Maybe it is Leonard, but under a different name. Because I think at this point maybe Leonard is just assuming someone else's identity. So there's hope for them ending things, or saving everyone from the apocalypse. But now the moment with number 1 and number 3 never happened, with Luther and Alice, it never happened. So a lot of stuff just negated by number 5 coming back here. Some good, some not so good, but I guess we'll see how things turn out this time around. I imagine his presence is going to make things significantly different. I mean, Klaus finally got to see Dave. He's going to have to go through that withdrawal again. Diego's going to have to time up again, which I don't mind seeing, and I don't think Diego minds doing again. But yeah, a lot happened, but no, it didn't happen. Diego was finally about to learn what Pogo has been hiding from them. His mom finally went outside. She's going against her programming, because I'm assuming that, she should be doing what he tells her to do. But she's going to tell Diego. I already theorized that in my intro what I feel Pogo is hiding, that he is Dr. Hargreeves. I could be wrong, but I still think that's the case. And I still maintain that maybe Vanya is what ends the world, and Harold / Leonard is the one that directly leads to that happening. I don't know. Since they've rolled back her finding out about Leonard, it may be a case where they find out that Leonard is Harold, and they kill him, and Vanya not realizing that he's a bad guy. She reacts to losing this guy that she feels she loves and has been there for her selflessly, which he hasn't, and she reacts to his death, and then boom. So that's my theory, right? Kind of a loop. So they end up killing him to prevent the end of the world, but by killing him, it triggers the end of the world. So that's my theory. I mean, we had our little adventure with Chacha and Hazel, and I'm still confused as to why Hazel did what he did, because she was about to kill him, she chose not to kill him. She went against her orders. I don't understand why he would then run off with his mistress, and basically leave her to die instead of trying to prevent the end of the world, because, I mean, he knows they still only have 3 days left, so what, just run off and live for 3 days and then die? I don't know. So, I mean, I liked Hazel, a bit disappointed that he made that decision, so I don't think we've seen the end of him and Chacha, because he's a sentimental guy. I don't think he will kill her. But at the same time, I can't blame her for wanting to kill him the second time, because, hey, I chose not to kill you, and we agreed to do something, and then you run off. Yeah, I'm not going to put myself out there a second time when you've run off, right? Yeah. So a lot happened, but didn't happen. I really hope we do get to see things play out for Luther and Allison. Obviously, they're not going to be flying off again happily ever 3 days this time around. But hopefully Klaus still gets sober, for whatever reason. I think Dave can serve as an anchor for him to be more useful. So hopefully we still get that, and I would want Vanya to stay around with them, but if my theory is right, things will go accordingly, and she'll go down a different path, and yeah. So, yeah. And a spectacularly confusing episode as it has been since the series started, but still enjoyable nonetheless. I like a good a good intelligent episode that forces you to think outside the box and what a lot of what ifs, and how this chain of events can lead to this possibly happening. So for that much, I continue to love the series. Can't wait to see the next episode. Alright, be sure to post down in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are and your theories on what triggers the apocalypse and who Harold actually might be. Be sure to hit like or subscribe, and I will see you guys for the next one.